Hey everyone, if you are new to my channel, welcome. I've had a couple new subscribers as of late, so thank you very much for those subs. It means the absolute world to me. If you are new, I go over every game every day. I post predictions in the morning or early afternoon, and then later on, like I'm doing now, I will be going over each game. If I kind of have a in-home rule that if there are 10 or more games, we do a bit more of a rapid fire style instead of going into each nitty-gritty detail, but it's still a lot of fun. Thanks for joining. Let's talk about what happened in today's game. It is April the 1st, 2025. The first game is the Montreal Canadiens taking on the Florida Panthers. This is a rematch from what happened on the weekend. The Montreal Canadiens and Florida Panthers, they left the weekend's game a little bit on edge after Nico Mikkola took a slap shot at Montreal Canadiens players, and it just did not end good. There was fights. Mikkola ended up getting fined for that action, and yeah, it just did not look good. The Montreal Canadiens, they won that game, and they win this one, winning 3-2 in overtime. Nick Suzuki, he was the game savior for the Montreal Canadiens. He scored with less than a minute left in regulation, and then he scored with less than a minute in to overtime. Up next, we got my hometown team, the Calgary Flames, taking on the Utah Hockey Club in Utah. The Flames, they made a massive comeback from 2-0 down. They won 3-2 in a shootout last night versus the Colorado Avalanche, but today they went down 2-0 to the Utah Hockey Club. Rasmus Anderson, he scored a goal to make it 2-1, and the Flames just couldn't. It wasn't for a lack of effort. They definitely put in a solid effort, getting almost 30 shots on net, but it wasn't enough. And then Captain Clayton Keller got the game-winning goal on the empty net to make it 3-1 for the final. Up next, we got the Capitals taking on the Bruins. Alexander Ovechkin, he scores in this game. He only needs 4 goals now to surpass Wayne Gretzky as the all-time goal-scoring leader. Absolutely incredible. These are must watch games from here on out. You never know. Would it be a surprise if Alexander Ovechkin scores 5, or not 5 anymore, but 4 goals in a single game to pass that record? It would be insanity, but it honestly, would it shock anyone? In this game though, the Boston Bruins, they did lose to the Washington Capitals 4-3. The next game is a bit of a wild one. I predicted that the Senators were going to win this one. They definitely did not. They lose 5-2 to the Buffalo Sabres, and it seems that, if my memory serves me correctly, the Buffalo Sabres have the Senators number this year. I remember a couple weeks ago, I predicted the Senators to win because it's the Buffalo Sabres. Why would they win? But the Sabres did end up winning, surprising me, and I should have gone with my gut instinct in my predictions video. Go check it out. I did kind of have a hesitation about this game. The next game on the docket is a very high-scoring game. The Blue Jackets taking on the Predators. The Blue Jackets, they win 8-4 in an absolute slobber knocker of a game. That is insane. You don't see 8 goals in a game very often, and the Blue Jackets, they pummeled the Nashville Predators today. I predicted this game for the Blue Jackets, and the Blue Jackets, they still aren't in that second wild card due to the Montreal Canadiens winning today. I got another one right in this next game. The Tampa Bay Lightning taking on the New York Islanders. The Islanders, they lose to the Tampa Bay Lightning 4-1. This next game is an absolute killer for me. The St. Louis Blues taking on the Detroit Red Wings in St. Louis. The Blues, they just don't lose anymore. It's just a fact. They do not lose. They were losing in this game 1-0 with less than a minute to go. Then Jordan Kyrou, he picks up the game-tying goal, and Cam Fowler, former Windsor Spitfire, picks up the winner in overtime, maintaining that wild card spot for the Blues. It looks like it's all said and done in the Western wildcard race. The Flames, they do have 2 games in hand on the Blues. This was the absolute perfect night to try to get a hold of that lead that the Blues have, and it just didn't go good for the Flames tonight. The next one I did get wrong. The Golden Knights taking on the Edmonton Oilers. I predicted the Golden Knights to win. It could have gone either way, and it did go either way. It was a very close game the entire way, but the Edmonton Oilers do end up winning this game 3-2. The Ducks taking on the Sharks, the Battle of California. I predicted the Ducks to win this game. The Sharks, they made it extremely close. I think it was 2-0 for the Ducks, but at some point in the game, the Sharks decided to play hockey. They brought it to a shootout, but the Ducks did come out victorious, winning 4-3. Our 10th and final game of the evening is the Winnipeg Jets taking on the LA Kings in Los Angeles, where the LA Kings, they win 4-1. This is a huge win for the LA Kings as they are trying to maintain that home ice advantage for their matchup, probably against the Edmonton Oilers. It could change. It very probably will not. But the Jets, they desperately need to keep getting points because the Dallas Stars they're sniffing. They're sniffing right on their behinds. That sounds so wrong. But they are sniffing right on that wild card, not that wild card spot, on that divisional spot. And if the Jets lose like they do tonight very often, the Dallas Stars, they will take that spot. No questions asked. The Jets, one goal. Yes, it's the LA Kings and they are playing good, but the Jets, they need to get more than one goal. I should check right now. Let's live in action. Let's check if it was who I was chirping my co-worker about. Andrei Kuzmenko with a goal and an assist, former Calgary Flame this season. That is insane. Let's see. Jets. Connor Hellebuck, let's call him Connor Fraudebuck, but he lets in 3 goals. The other one was an empty netter. So the LA Kings, they win 4-1. All right, those are 10 games that happen in the NHL schedule on April 1st. Come back tomorrow. There are 5 on the NHL schedule. A huge Atlantic Division game. The Florida Panthers taking on the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Florida Panthers, they lost tonight in overtime, so there was extra hockey that they had to play, and they should be more tired tomorrow. So we will see if the Leafs can take advantage of that and jump all over them and get more points in advantage over the Kitty Cats. But we will see it tomorrow during the predictions, and we will see it tomorrow during recaps. Have a great night. Thanks for all the new subscribers on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. You guys are very much appreciated and very much welcome. Have a great night. Talk to you tomorrow.